There is a force within man that no book can fully explain, a hidden faculty, a secret channel, a voice that whispers before the world has spoken. Some have called it intuition, others genius, but those who have touched it know it as something greater. Yet, most men never cross this gate, because their minds are chained by unseen enemies, held back by cravings they cannot master, and silenced by fears they dare not confront. But the rare few who learn to break those chains awaken a current of power that bends reality itself. Stay until the end, because once you see how this hidden force works, you'll understand why the crowd moves without direction, while the uncommon man rises. Destiny whispers only to the few who dare to listen and obey before the evidence arrives. In a dark hotel room in New York, Nikola Tesla sat alone. He had no blueprint, no machine in front of him, only the vision that flashed fully formed in his mind. He saw every gear, every circuit, every spark, as if the universe itself projected the design into his thoughts. That was the sixth sense, the bridge between imagination and reality. But Tesla was not free from struggle. He lived with constant ridicule. Investors turned their backs. Failures shadowed his work. Fear was always present, whispering that he would be forgotten. Yet he refused to bow. He carried an energy so fierce that while others chased pleasure, he transformed his very life force into creation. What others spent in fleeting desire, he channeled into invention. And because of that, he gave the world light, power, and visions of a future no one else could see. Tesla showed the world that when the mind is tuned to the unseen, when fear is no longer a chain, and when raw energy is aimed at purpose, man crosses the line from ordinary into genius. Fear, the prison of the mind. Fear is the thief of destiny. It steals the moment before it begins. It whispers, wait, not yet, perhaps tomorrow. And while you hesitate, life passes you by. Napoleon Hill declared that the 6 basic fears, poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death, enslaved 99 men out of 100. But understand this, each of these fears is nothing more than a phantom. They exist only when you grant them energy. They vanish the instant you confront them with faith. The man who is fearless is not the man without danger. He is the one who sees it, names it, and walks forward regardless. Fear is faith in reverse. It is belief in defeat. It is worship of failure. Think of the entrepreneur who never begins because he fears poverty. Think of the artist who hides his work because he fears criticism. But here lies the truth. Fear is an illusion, and once you walk through it, the chain breaks, the phantom vanishes. The cure for fear is action. Each step forward weakens its hold. Each word of courage silences its voice. Because the man who masters fear masters life. Life force, the energy of creation. Of all the powers within the human being, none is greater than the force of life itself. This is the energy long described as sexual energy, but it is far more than the body's impulse. It is the raw current of creation, the spark that gives birth to invention. Most scatter it by chasing momentary pleasure, never realizing they are wasting the very power that could raise them to greatness. But the giants of history, those who shaped empires and gave the world new light, learned to harness this energy. They transmuted it. Your deepest vital energy was never meant for release alone. It was meant to be transmuted into something far greater. A dream, a creation, a legacy. This is why certain souls seem to shine with an unseen light. It is not simple confidence. It is the mastery of life force, the hidden current that fuels their determination, awakens their vision, and draws success like a magnetic law. The greatest power you will ever hold is not outside of you. It is the energy within that is waiting to be mastered. The sixth sense, the doorway to infinite intelligence. When fear is conquered and sexual energy is mastered, the mind becomes calm, still, and receptive. And in that state, a mysterious faculty awakens. Napoleon Hill called it the sixth sense. The bridge between the known and the unknown. The unseen doorway to infinite intelligence. It is not superstition, it is not fantasy. The sixth sense is not sight nor sound, yet it directs your path more surely than either. It is the sudden flash of clarity that appears uninvited, the whisper that says turn here when reason says stop, the certainty that one choice is right even when the evidence says otherwise. When it awakens, the impossible begins to organize itself around you. Doors open where once there were only walls. Ideas arrive not as effort, but as revelation. This is the hidden magnet of the mind, the current that links you to infinite intelligence. And when you learn to trust it, you walk with the calm of a man who cannot be lost. Together, fear, life force, and the sixth sense form a trinity of power, a formula of greatness, the hidden pattern of every empire. These forces are not gifts for the few, they are powers that sleep in every man, but only the rarest awaken them. The question is not whether these forces exist, the question is whether you will master them. Will you rise above fear? Will you channel your greatest energy into power? Will you awaken the sixth sense and claim the road only the brave will walk? The choice is yours. Subscribe now to rise above fear, to focus your creative energy, and to walk into the world without limits.